Hi everyone, I'm Nick Edwards, CEO and founder at Potato AI, and we're on a mission to accelerate and automate scientific discovery. One of the big challenges with science is that and one of the dirty secrets really is that it's very manual. So I did about 10 years of neuroscience research. I was a PhD student at the NIH where I would every single day go into the lab and record from tiny cells using tiny micropipettes and looking at these tiny signals. And one day, I was recording from dopamine cells and noticed a little blip in the data. And it was kind of curious, and I was trying to figure out what it was. And so I was doing all these experiments. Nothing was working day after day. Starting to get frustrated. A stack of papers is piling up on my desk. And I was basically ready to give up on this experiment. And so a friend came by shortly after that, about 3 weeks into it, a month into it, and they said, you should try this one drug. So I tried it. It worked. I found a drug target for addiction, and I published a paper in Nature about a year later. But imagine all the scientific discoveries that are out there that just aren't being made. The problem right now is that science is done by humans. We have about 300,000 human scientists in the world, and what we're building at Potato AI is we're scaling to 300 million robot scientists. 30 to 300 million is the target here. We think that this is possible within a short time frame. Right now, we've got experts say that we're approaching AGI, and AI is pretty good already at scientific facts, but it doesn't really have the tools and the data to be able to plan and run experiments. And so that's what we're building. So we have customers right now, and we're working with some of the top autonomous science labs in the world. At Carnegie Mellon, we are working with companies that provide hardware and robotics to be able to do lab automation with Ginkgo. And they rave about the technology. How do we do it? So we structure scientific content, and we make that usable to actually plan and execute experiments. So you can see an example of a paper here right now, or right here. That this is actually one that I published in my PhD. And we structurally pull out the detailed methods, and we make that so that it can be used for machine learning applications. And so what you can see here is in the blue, this is kind of our core area of focus, which is structuring data. And so what Potato does is it improves search through better embeddings. And then we use that to build applications on top of it for scientific applications. So for generating code and also for generating the step-by-step instructions for experiments. And then we partner with people that provide tools and connections to lab automation, as well as companies that provide data. So this is an example of a project that we're working on with Ginkgo. They came to us. They have a suite of robots that actually can do science. And they said, OK, if we give you a paper, we want you to be able to replicate this so that we can do this automatically on our robots in the lab. And so we created the ability to go in, create the step-by-step instructions. We can lay out the hardware because these things need to be done in as physical experiments that are being done with liquid and putting into, so we lay out the hardware for that. We generate the instructions for the robot to do that first in plain language so that it can be validated, and then we actually generate the code to be able to run those robotics. We partner with major publishers to be able to index and use scientific content. So we work with Wiley as well as Elsevier, two of the top publishers in the world. And we have hundreds of scientists already using Potato across leading institutions. They test it and they trust it. So I mentioned I'm a scientist by training, but I got my business chops at BCG as a consultant. Spent some time at Illumina doing product management, and I have a podcast that reaches over 10,000 scientists. And my co-founder Ryan in the back, he is a longtime engineer, deep learning expert, and he's built teams to actually build products at scale and deliver them. So we're raising, we've raised $1 million from friends and family previously. We're raising $3 million right now to build and ship the fully autonomous AI scientist. And what we're, the point of raising really is to be able to scale the team and to really start working on customer development. So reach out to me. Oh, my email is nick@readysetpotato.com if you're interested in contacting me.